You can see literally hundreds of open-air toxic waste pits filled with like this oil sludge that dot the landscape, and these leach into the groundwater. And the groundwater is the source of drinking water for the region. There are thousands of people right now who, because of what Texaco did in Ecuador, are living in a cancer zone where every day they are forced to drink contaminated water just to survive. Thousands of people are being exposed daily to carcinogens. Thousands of people are at risk of contracting cancer. Many of them already have cancer, many of them have passed away. And if this is not cleaned up soon, I believe, as do many medical observers, that in the next decade we will see countless numbers of innocent people perish, including children.
Oil extraction has not only caused environmental damage, it has generated increased poverty in already impoverished nations, and it has triggered human rights abuse. Ruthless dictatorships are sometimes a partner in the extraction of oil. Nigeria is but one example.
Those countries that have oil or other forms of minerals actually do worse in their development than those countries that don't have oil and don't have minerals.
People, they have lived in a very fertile area that produced most of the food that was eaten in the Delta proper. Shell found oil in the Ogoni area in 1958. Since then, they found about 6 oil fields in an area that has the highest population density in Africa, which is about 1,500 people per square mile.
Ken was extremely effective in organizing against Shell's activities in Ogoni land. He founded the movement for the survival of the Ogoni people, MOSOP. And MOSOP really was a very effective organizing group at a time when this was pretty much unheard of in the Niger Delta region. This made Shell, which was the dominant oil producer in the Niger Delta, very upset. As far as we know, Shell started lobbying the Nigerian government to do something about this activist group that was beginning to really put pressure on the oil companies to do things differently and draw attention, even internationally, to the environmental damage.
I do not want any blood spilt, not of an Ogoni man, not of any strangers amongst us. We are going to demand our rights peacefully, non-violently, and we shall win.
A memorandum was written in May of 1994, apparently sent from the internal security forces in the Ogoni region to the Nigerian military. The memo stated, "Shell operations still impossible unless ruthless military operations are undertaken for smooth economic activities to commence." MOSOP's efforts to protect the environment and human rights were evidently an obstacle to Shell's oil extraction operations in Ogoni land. In the ensuing months after this memo was written, several Ogoni villages were attacked, killing villagers and destroying homes.
I think it was a military punishment for the Ogoni people to teach them a lesson, I presume.
Ken and several others were arrested and then tried in what I think is internationally recognized to have been a kangaroo court.
Together with a number of other minority rights activists, he was executed by the military regime. Shell Corporation was there during the trial. People protested all over the world, begging Shell to stop the execution.
I think that if she had really made more effort to intervene on behalf of Ken Saro-Wiwa, he would have still been alive today.